Hello everyone, it's me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to Catechism for Kids. Have you ever gone to Mass and noticed that in some churches, both boys and girls are serving at the altar, but in other churches, it's only boys? It can be a little confusing, right? Well, today we're going to unravel this mystery and find out exactly who can be an altar server in the Catholic Church. Serving at the altar is a super special job. It's a beautiful way to show your love for Jesus and help the priest during the most important prayer of Alpha Mass. Altar servers get to be right up close to the altar where the miracle of the Eucharist happens. They carry the cross, the candles, and help prepare the altar for communion. It's a role filled with reverence and love. So here's the big question. Can girls do it too? The simple answer is yes. The Catholic Church officially allows both boys and girls to be altar servers. But there's a little more to the story. The final decision is actually up to the bishop of each diocese. Diocese is like a big family of parishes, and the bishop is like the father of that family. He can decide if he wants to allow girls to be altar servers in all the churches under his care. For a very, very long time in the Church's history, going all the way back to the early Middle Ages, serving at the altar was a job just for boys and men. This was because the role of an acolyte, which is the official name for an altar server, was seen as a first step towards becoming a priest. Since the priesthood is reserved for men, it made sense that the training ground for it was also for boys. It was a way for them to be close to the priest, learn about the Mass, and see if maybe God was calling them to become priests themselves. For centuries, this tradition continued. In fact, there were old rules that said women shouldn't even enter the sanctuary. That's the special area around the altar. But things started to change. Even in old convents, nuns would sometimes help the priest at Mass, especially when there were no men or boys around to serve. Then came the Second Vatican Council. It's a big meeting in the 1960s where church leaders talked about how to bring the faith into the modern world. They discussed many things, and one of them was about lay people. That's all of us who aren't priests or nuns getting more involved in the Mass. In 1983, the Church updated its big book of rules, called the Code of Canon Law. This new code said that lay people could help with different jobs during the liturgy, like being lectors who read the scriptures. This opened up a new conversation. If lay people could be lectors, could they also be altar servers? For a while, it was a bit of a gray area. Then in 1994, Pope John Paul II made it official. He sent a letter clarifying that bishops all over the world could give permission for girls and women to serve at the altar. This was a big moment. It didn't mean every parish had to have girl altar servers, but it meant they could. The Pope also said that the tradition of having boys serve was still a noble and very good thing to continue, especially for encouraging vocations to the priesthood. Fast forward to 2021, and Pope Francis made another important update. He formally changed canon law to say that any baptized person, male or female, can be officially installed in the ministries of lector and acolyte. This wasn't just a temporary permission slip. It was a recognition that these roles come from our baptism. Our baptism is what makes us all part of God's family, and through it, we are all called to serve. So, why do some parishes still only have boy altar servers? Well, it goes back to what Pope John Paul II said. Some priests and bishops feel that keeping altar serving for boys is a really important way to help young men think about the priesthood. When a boy serves at the altar, he's standing right next to the priest, watching everything he does. It can plant a seed in his heart. He might start to think, wow, maybe I could do that one day. Maybe Jesus is calling me to be a priest. For these parishes, it's not about thinking boys are better than girls. Not at all. It's about creating a special space for boys to explore a specific calling. It's like having a soccer team just for girls and another just for boys. It's not that one is better. They just have different purposes. In the United States, for example, almost every diocese allows girls to serve, but there are a few individual parishes and even one whole diocese that have chosen to keep the boys-only tradition to help foster priestly vocations. On the other hand, the vast majority of parishes today have both boys and girls serving together. And this is a beautiful thing too. When we see boys and girls serving side by side, it shows that the whole community, everyone in God's family, is united in faith and service. It's a powerful sign that everyone, no matter who they are, has a part to play in the life of the church. It shows that loving and serving Jesus isn't just for one group. It's for all of us. Pope Benedict XVI had both male and female altar servers in papal masses in London 2010, Berlin, and Freiburg in 2011. In the United States, the Diocese of Lincoln, Nebraska is the only diocese that does not allow female altar servers. After the only other diocese that did not, the Diocese of Arlington, ended its prohibition on female altar servers in 2006. However, the Cathedral of the Diocese of Phoenix announced in August 2011 that it would become another of the Catholic churches in which women would not be allowed to serve at the altar. So what does it take to become an altar server? Whether you're a boy or a girl, there are a few requirements. Usually you need to have received your first Holy Communion. This is important because it means you understand the incredible gift of the Eucharist. You also need to be old enough to understand your responsibilities and carry them out with reverence and respect. And, of course, you'll go through special training to learn what to do and when to do it. At the end of the day, the most important thing isn't who is serving at the altar. It's not about being a boy or a girl. The most important thing is how you serve. Are you serving with a heart full of love for Jesus? Are you being reverent and paying attention? Are you being humble, knowing that you are there to serve God and not to be the center of attention? Whether you're carrying the cross, ringing the bells at the consecration, or helping the priest wash his hands, every single action is a prayer. It's a gift you are giving back to God. And when you serve with a pure and loving heart, you make Jesus smile. That's what truly matters. So, if you feel a little nudge in your heart to become an altar server, talk to your parents and your parish priest. It's an incredible way to grow closer to God and to serve your church community. And remember, every act of service, no matter how small, is a huge act of love in God's eyes. Thank you so much for joining us on Catechism for Kids today. I hope this helped clear things up. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our next adventure in faith. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy. See you next time, and God bless you always.